And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And we thank each and every one of you for joining us tonight. We've got a very, very exciting one for you guys tonight. We are super excited to have Eric here from the Secret Network. He's going to give you guys a lot of fantastic information. And this information has all of us here on staff doing the happy dance in our chairs and going, okay, what other ideas can we come up for these guys? This is fantastic stuff. You guys know I don't get this excited very often, but this one definitely excites me. And just so you guys know, Scott is amped up enough about this one that he's he's sitting there and chiming nonstop in our ears. He's looking forward to this one as well. And Aaron, yes, Scott was definitely acting like a kid in a candy store. And Jesus says, God, where have you been hiding? We haven't seen you for a little while. Where on earth have you been, man? And yeah, Chaos Heart, we know. That's another one that is making us very, very happy today. Well, Jesus is a God. We are glad to have you back, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats and kittens, welcome to the Podocasts. This is live, guys. The Podcast is your home for rational crypto news and objectivity, leaving emotion at the door and talking about what we like, why we like it, and where we see it going. We are not offering financial advice. We are telling you what we do, and that is all. We don't slow down. We don't let up. Full speed is our only speed. I'm your host, Scott, pragmatic investor who has won and lost fortunes. And joining me, as always, is the greatest producer of all time, Belle. How are we doing tonight, Belle?
Oh, I'm ecstatic for this one tonight.
Are you ready?
Exciting. I am.
Yeah. Look, guys, we have a tendency to talk about what others are not talking about and bringing the focus onto use case cryptos because, as we know, these are what drive the market and bring innovation to a world that desperately needs it. The status quo is no longer acceptable, and it's time for a technological revolution. Welcome to crypto, and welcome to the Podocasts. We don't have the ticker up tonight, folks. There's one reason. Because it doesn't matter now. This is me saying this. Because it doesn't matter now. We've been sitting on this one, the Secret Network. We've been sitting on this for a while. Don't want to get hopes up and don't want to get accused of shilling. I'm not. You know why? Because they aren't paying me. They don't need to. The more I dig into this project, the more I believe this is the alpha and the omega of privacy. And those in the DeFi who are not thinking this direction are going to be gone. I never advocate for anyone to spend their money based on what I say. I tell you what I am spending my money on. This is what I am spending my money on. We have a very special guest this evening, and we will be bringing on shortly Mr. Eric Waisanen of the Secret Network. And we're going to be getting down to it. We're going to be taking it apart. We're going to be learning what they are doing, and more importantly, what else they can do but aren't doing yet. That is a huge wicket for me when it comes to investing. Not what the product is doing, but what it can do. If you can dream it, you can do it. And I dream a lot. A big concern for me, and it should be for you as well, although, you know what? I don't judge. You do you, bro. Big concern for me is privacy. I don't like people in my business, and I have no desire to get into theirs. It is a core tenet for me and of this show, of the Podocasts, which is specifically why we don't offer financial advice. Your money, your business. What I disclose on this show, I choose to disclose. I should not be concerned with my activities being disclosed without my consent. It is why I am absolutely appalled by what I see from some of these latest AMP killers, what they're doing, such as Alchemy Pay and Assemble Protocol. Are they operating in the DeFi space? Barely. But yes, they are. Do they take security and privacy to heart? Absolutely not. In fact, they go the other way. They are not only ignoring privacy, they data harvest and sell it. Every action, every buy, every sell. All 5 of the W's logged whenever you use their product. Who, what, when, where, why, and how. It is logged. It is sold. Welcome to their version of the DeFi. It really got me bummed out that that everybody was hedging this direction. I love the decentralization for privacy, but it seems like more and more of these data miners are being released and embraced. We don't need this here. Not here. We already have this everywhere else. Go to Facebook. Update your status as eating grapes. Then watch what ads you get pounded with. If this is the direction of the decentralized internet, where can I get off? Because I'm already familiar with it and I know how it ends. Which segues me wonderfully into the Secret Network. Your information should be secure. Your privacy should be a feature of the products you use, not an afterthought. Don't build it, then figure out how to keep the information off the radar. It should be the absolute first thing on the list when building a dApp. Not what it will do, but how will we protect the information and ensure confidentiality? This should not be a me concern. This shouldn't be about Scott. This should be an us concern everybody. Once those privacy walls come down, once they are broken in a decentralized fashion, they won't go back up. How could they? Where is there to go now? This is what the secret network is all about. Next level privacy, next level security. The blockchain, by definition, is an open, readable ledger. For those of us who are privacy-focused, secret network is imperative. It utilizes the SCRT public coin for fees and the SCRT, it's private coin, for transactions and contracts. Now, I am also a big fan of transparency when it comes to my finances, but it should be a need-to-know type of transparency, not an at-will type. Now, we're going to be getting into all of this, I promise. And I am trying my best to be brief here, but I don't want to just smack you over the head with this. I want to intrigue you. Are you intrigued, Belle? Hey, Belle, are you intrigued a little bit?
More than a little bit. More than a little bit.
Look, man, guys, look, we talked offline for a good hour before we even came on here, man, and we have just barely scratched the surface. Let me bottom line this. Just a moment for the investors and not so much for the tech folks. 30 September 2020, SCRT launched with an initial price of 45 cents per token. As of this morning, bid over $9. Market cap of 1.3-ish billion. Circulating supply of 149 million plus or minus tokens. 24-hour trading volume of just shy of $22 million. This is a $1.3 billion product that you probably haven't heard of. And they did this in a year. More dApps are being developed and launched routinely. This is a foundational product. And it, like all foundational products, derive their value from usage and from those that build on their network. The core work, the fundamental work, that's done. That is done. It's time to build, and they are building. What I'm saying is, it's still early, but I want to say that this one is probably at the end of the beginning. Each development or use case leads to other avenues and other use cases. It's becoming exponential in only a year, and it's just started. Imagine what this will be a year from now. But that's what's fun about this, man. I don't even have to speculate on what it will be. We have one of the core team members of the Secret Network, and right after break, we will be taking this apart. If you have questions, I get to ask mine first, all right? It is the podcast. But if you have question, it's a great time to start getting them in so Belle can get them in order. We were going to have open phone lines again, but after the little atomic bomb on the last stream, we are rethinking that, and it will be reserved for the member streams only. Yeah, it will always be available. I just don't want to embarrass my guest. All right, Belle. As always, we have time for one question, comment, concern, or observation if you got one, or is everybody just ready to get to the Secret Network?
Oh, we actually do have a very creative comment from Corey Green.
Okay.
Hey, if I'm a cat and or a kitten, then Scott is the Cheshire. Just saying.
You can see it in the grim, babe. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the podcast, we are going to take a 60-second break. We are going to change the screens, and we will be right back with Agent Eric of the Secret Network. If you could.
We'll be right back.
All right, folks, you wanted it. I wanted it. I don't know if you guys did, but I certainly did. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Eric of The Secret Network. As soon as he talks, because right now I'm looking at Bell. Eric, how are we doing this evening? Are you glad, man? You ready to talk?
I'm doing wonderful, Scott. Thanks for having me on the show.
You know what? We couldn't be happier to be here, man. I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Tell me about The Secret Network.
All right. So a lot of people might hear of privacy projects in crypto, and they think of things like Zcash or Monero. And those are all transactional privacy currencies, really, which are trying to say, hey, let me buy this privately. And they're getting cracked down on right now and taken off exchanges. But Secret Network is really the only one that's not trying to do transactional privacy, but rather computational privacy, which is kind of nerdy talk for saying that we're going to take Ethereum and we're going to make it private. We're going to make actual smart contracts when you're using your applications, when you're using your actual data. Keep the data private so that you can interact with all these DeFi applications or these video games or whatever you want to do on Web3, and you can keep your data secure. And you're not going to have all these big bad Facebooks and whatnot stealing your data and selling it. If you choose to sell it, you can, but you own it and you don't have to. You can use, I don't know, smart contracts or lending platforms and not have people manipulate you and steal your money and sell your information and blackmail you. So that's a simplification, but what it ends up being is everything that Ethereum makes possible, Secret Network makes practical. Secret Network's the kind that industry will actually be able to incorporate because they're not going to make all their stuff public. So
did you like how I just left you out there to flap? Guys, like before we went live here, man, we talked for a good hour. I mean, a solid hour, and I was just absolutely drilling the guy. You guys remember when we had Eli on here, and I kind of turned the show over to everybody else, so the questions I really wanted to ask, I couldn't ask. It was just a matter of I couldn't. You know what? It doesn't matter. You guys saw the interview. It was we had to go over it. We got some information out of it. That's not the goal here. The goal on this one is to introduce you guys to something that you need to know. Now, I don't push cryptos, man. I don't tell you what to spend your money on. I never, ever do. I tell you what I'm spending my money on. I am hemorrhaging my own personal money into this. It went from 0 to a long token instantly. You guys know my wickets for long tokens. I invest in products that are foundational in nature. Those are what end up going in the long wallet. Because that's where the future is, man. The value of it is not by itself. The value is what is built upon it. So tell me, Eric, is there anything currently built on the Secret Network, or are you guys just kind of still just wargaming this?
We're finally getting our application layer rolling out. So we had to build the initial infrastructure, the blockchain, make sure all the smart contracts work, set up all the tools needed for development, and the applications are rolling out. We've got Ultramail, Fartles, and plenty of other coming out right now. We just had our first big NFT launch, and I think we still have another 30 releases coming out at the end of this year.
So. I want you to expand on the NFTs a little bit, man. Look, I'll tell you flat out, I'm not an NFT kind of guy. I'm not. All right. Now, the pragmatist in me recognizes the value to the market. I really do. I think it's neat. But when I think of NFTs, I think of things like VeChain. Now, we're not going to drill into VeChain. You and I already have that discussion, but that's where I see value in it. I want you to sell me an NFT, and I want you to sell me an NFT through the Secret Network, and go.
Okay. Do you like going to baseball games?
I do.
Have you ever bought a scalped ticket?
Am I supposed to say yes? I have. I absolutely have. In fact, I bought a scalp ticket back in 1992 to Lollapalooza. Have you ever heard of Lollapalooza?
I have.
Were you born in 1992?
A year after.
So yes, but go ahead and continue, sir.
The idea is, I think the future of NFTs is they're going to replace every baseball ticket. They're going to replace every subscription model you have. They're going to replace everything in the world. I mean, I've been really, really long on NFTs since 2017, 2018. And I knew that this artwork stage is going to be the first way people get introduced. Like, oh yeah, collectibles, sure. But realistically, everything that's notarized, every pink slip, everything will eventually be an NFT.
Know what?
That's what I'm excited for.
You know what you just kicked into me? Plane tickets.
Yes.
Plane tickets. You just, my God, this is why you guys come to the podcast here, folks, because we tell you what is about to happen. And no, that just, you just said that very thing, it never even occurred to me, man. Plane tickets, all these digital tickets that go back and forth. I can't remember the last time I held a paper ticket in my hand, but I will be going to the symphony in December, and my tickets are electronic. They are absolutely electronic, but anybody holding that can get through. Anybody who's holding it, it's good to go. However, if it was in an NFT form, it's only mine. I just never occurred to me, man. So how do you guys do it that's different than the way everybody else is doing it?
Well, secret NFTs, just because they're on Secret Network, now all of the data inside of them is private. So right now, if you buy a CryptoPunk or whatnot, it'll give you access to it, but everything else you can share, or it can be made completely public, or it'll give you like an IPFS link maybe that other people can get, or you can save after you share it, and then you have access to all the information. So yeah, you can prove ownership, but there's nothing really special to it that's inside. And with secret NFTs, I mean, this is just with artwork, but now you can literally have provable information that nobody else does that's inside. We're working on cool partnerships, but eventually this means like subscription models, which obviously every company in the world's trying to work out to. Your Netflixes, but now your grocery stores are like, hey, like pay $20 a month and we'll lower this a little bit because you'll forget about it and pay it forever. But you can't do subscription models on any other NFT, because if you have the link or whatever that allows you to subscribe, you can stop paying and you still have that. Whereas in Secret Network, you can give access without giving the entire thing. So you can literally have masked access for the people. And since we're the only platform that has private smart contracts, we're the only ones that could do it.
You know, speaking of that, and I'd love to dig into the NFTs a little bit more, man. I really would, because my God, you just put me on a train of thought. It's not what it does, it's what it can do. This is the whole thing behind the podcast, man. Look, I've been trading in crypto for a while. I've made my nut. All right, I'm good. It's not really the point, but some is good, more is better. I don't think anybody's going to argue that when it comes down to finances. But you just absolutely 100% put me on a train of thought that it never occurred to me. So remember what we said offline, how much I have in? I'm about to double it as soon as this stream is over, man. Look, I don't care what anybody else does. It really doesn't matter. This is this thing's going to grow itself, man. It doesn't need my money. However, if it can leverage my money to make me more money, I'm on board. I'm a great big fan of that, man. All right. So I think that kind of takes, we did mention that one before, but I want to revisit that. Theta Network. All right. I'm a fan of this. We've talked about this. Now, Theta in 2022, and by the way, it doesn't matter how many Theta videos I make, nobody watches them. It boggles my mind how something that is this revolutionary, what it's going to do to the entertainment world, what it's going to do to all these things, how this can continue to fly under the radar. I'll say it first is the fact that I'm a tiny little niche channel and we don't get a lot of views, but Theta is going to start airdrop, or they're kicking out the T-drop token. This is going to start in the early part of 2022, but they're going to start integrating NFTs as part of their platform, part of their entertainment platform, meaning during movies, during shows, during something like that. Have you guys talked to Theta? Have you talked to them at all?
I have not. I don't know if those conversations have taken place. That wouldn't be my role. I represent Secret Swap, and we have had some pretty cool third-party conversations there, but none of them have been with Theta from my end.
But they're talking.
They might.
Yep. You know what? You gotta put it up there, man. I just want to make sure that people know where I'm going with this one, man. Look, I think this is the absolute future. All right. Now the NFTs, again, you're not. I see the potential for it now. I think it's massive. I cannot believe that people are missing this particular one from a legacy-facing aspect. Now, I'm a big fan of anything that's legacy-facing because, let's be honest, man, that's where the money lives, all right? That's where the money lives. People could be utilizing these products in this state without even realizing that it's decentralized, that it's DeFi, that it's going through the secret network, or that it has anything to do with blockchain. How could I possibly not get behind a product like that? And what you're saying is that if it goes through the secret network, this is as secure and safe as it can get. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
That's it, man. You're going to let me talk for 2 minutes, and then you're just going to answer me with one word. I'm very disappointed, Eric.
You've got a wonderful voice, Scott.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. All right, look, something just launched recently. Let's talk Shade and Silk. Why don't you tell me about those?
All right. So yeah, they're getting ready. So if you're interested in Secret, try to get it and try to stake it on one of the nodes, maybe the Secret Code podcast node, that would be mine. But if you get that stake, you'll be set up for the airdrop that will take place by the end of this year. And they'll be doing snapshots from November 7th to December 13th. But Shade and Silk is going to be a new layer built on top of Secret Network, utilizing its privacy-preserving smart contracts. And it's going to be very similar to what you see with Luna and Terra, where it's going to be an algorithmic stablecoin that can do a lot more and be private.
All right, now I beat you up offline about the stablecoin, man. I'm going to give you 60 seconds. You tell us about the stablecoin.
Okay. I mean, the worst thing about a stablecoin is that it's pegged to the dollar, and that's the only thing I don't trust. But as far as stablecoins go, this is it's cutting edge. Stablecoins from a historical perspective started with like Tether, where it's like, hey, just trust us. And then you get to things like DAI, and it's like, well, sure, you can use this. You just have to put in 180% of whatever of whatever money you're trying to take out is, and then we're still going to have some issues. And
it's absolute crap, man.
Yeah,
that's
so
where
we're seeing.
So you can understand my concern with stablecoins, right? So yours is better.
Yes. No, they're evolving. They're getting better. The best we've seen so far is Terra. And you've seen Luna take off to the moon, like going from cents to over $40 now. And it's because it makes sense. It's the type of thing that will be scalable, where you don't have to have that money allegedly in a bank account that's a kind of a focal point for risk. But rather things are algorithmically pegged, where you can burn back in. If you're like, well, if nothing's backing it, what are we going to do? Well, if you've got 98, if your stable coin's only 98 cents instead of $1, you could burn it back into Luna, and then now it's $1. And we're going to have that same metric with Shade and Silk, Shade being the governance token, but Shade is also going to govern a lot of other things, such as on the Terra Luna ecosystem, which is awesome. And we're actually getting Secret Terra now. So we're bridging in Terra so we can use Secret Terra on things like Secret Swap, the AMM, and our other applications. But Shade will govern more stuff as well as they roll it out.
I think the Secret Terra is brilliant, by the way. I think that is absolutely brilliant. Look, man, it's a name brand, all right? People know it. People get around. As soon as it's about associations at this point. Everybody's heard of Terra. I want to argue that pretty much everybody in crypto has heard of Terra, but I want to ask my audience right now, everybody who's been watching us for months and months and months, have you heard before tonight, have you heard of the Secret Network? You guys put it in the comments, and if you have, I want you to tell me briefly what you know about it. We'll have Belle read the questions. This is where we're going with this. Guys, this is not, I've been sitting on this for a while. I really have, because I didn't want to get the hopes up, and it wasn't until I actually talked to Eric that he started putting some of the pieces of the puzzle together for me. This is opportunity. This is opportunity. This is Dell when they were in the garage, all right? If you cannot see what this is, the foundational nature of this, the opportunity as to the investor that it offers, but more, the opportunity that it offers to drive the nature and direction of the DeFi going forward. If we continue to just let this run amok, the ledgers are open. Anybody can see them. Anybody can see them. Now, I understand that there is some privacy to it, man, but realistically, Emery's going to confirm this for you. It's the illusion of privacy, all right? It is the illusion of privacy, and it's privacy that is mostly based on ignorance. People don't even know where to look or how to look. Eric, could you read a blockchain? Could you do it right now?
No.
No? You don't know how?
I could go on an Explorer and I could find out a whole bunch of information about pretty much any blockchain. But
is what we're trying to put out here, man. Look, there's a reason that poker doesn't exist in the DeFi, that online poker doesn't exist in the DeFi. Why don't you tell them why, Eric?
It's because everything's public. So if
everything's public.
You make the same way you could do front running on an exchange. So $1.4 billion has been extracted through front running. Miners pretty much doing your transactions before you do, because they can see what you're going to do before you do it, and just paying a higher gas fee. That's just on the Ethereum network. And that doesn't exist on Secret Network. But you can do the same thing.
How much? 1.4 billion.
Billion from people like you and me, just trading on Uniswap, on SushiSwap. And then let alone Binance Smart Chain, Solana, like all of these have that. And Secret Network doesn't. And we didn't do anything special to our AMM to make it not happen, just built on Secret Network because it makes sense. But you could do the same thing for a poker game. You could do the same thing for Monopoly. You can see people's cards. You can see what cards are going to show up before the game even starts. And so there are poker apps where the app is not on the blockchain, but then you're trusting some central server or whatnot. Like, none of these things can exist provably authentically except on Secret Network.
So let me just want to make sure for anybody, you guys are looking for developers right now, right? This is the big thing.
Always.
We're ready to hit. We're ready to grow. We can support anything. You guys are pretty much developer agnostic, correct? Doesn't really matter what you're building as long as you're building, right?
Yeah. Oh, we're a layer one. We're saying whatever your idea is, it will be better if it's built here. Come on in. We'll onboard you. We'll probably throw some money at you, and we'll get you started and set up to succeed.
Has that been a governance vote? Are you guys incentivizing developers?
Absolutely. We've got multiple ecosystem pools set up right now. So we have our community pool, which we self-impose a 2% tax on inflation. Mm-hmm. And that goes to our governance system that's set up as a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization. And then we've also got an ecosystem fund, which I believe has like $130 million right now in it, just ready to give out grants to people who want to build big things.
So if I want to build a poker program, I want to build party poker. I want to build Secret Network party poker. You guys are ready to help me out.
Yeah, dude, let's go.
How is this not bigger news? Ladies and gentlemen of the podcast, I told you we're bringing you big stuff tonight. I get it, man. We're a small channel. We're a niche channel. We're all that, but we give you gold, all right? How is this not gold? I guarantee you, everybody sitting in this audience right now that hears this or see this on the replay has an idea of something that could potentially be built here. We have been wargaming. How the hell do we get AMP out of an ERC and into a wrapped Secret Network? How do we do that? Because all it will do is make it better. Now, we did have one. I want to talk about the fun stuff, man, but I you know what? Should I pass it over? This is one that we had a little bit of difficulty answering, dude. Do we want to sit behind this or do we want to full disclosure here? Eric.
Are you asking me what's the question?
Yeah, I'm saying, do you want me to? We were struggling a little bit to answer this question. Do you want me to ask it? Everything. Scalability, all right? Because with what you're proposing, we are open for business. Bring us more business. Build. Let's build it higher. Let's build it taller. Let's build it wider. Let's do that. How are we going to scale? Because Ethereum is a problem. If this was the member stream, I'd be using a different word. But because it's public, Ethereum is a problem. You are a level 1. How are you going to scale? Before I put more money in here, I want to make sure it's not going to go to sleep. How are you going to scale?
Ethereum is absolutely unusable due to its lack of scalability, and that is something we absolutely have to solve, and we're working on it. And we're scaling as where prices grown. We're scaling pretty well, but there's plenty of room to grow. Part of what makes us private is we have a partnership with Intel. We use Intel SGX and partner with them directly. And we use trusted enclaves.
Wait a minute. I'm going to let you finish. You're partnered with Intel?
Yeah.
You didn't mention that. We talked for an hour. You didn't mention Intel. You just kept that one to yourself, huh? By the way, guys, they're partnered with Intel. I don't know if you can get more blue chip than Intel. Eric, please carry on, sir.
Yeah, we've been a blue chip for years, and we've just been under the radar with no marketing team, no PR firm or anything, and that's finally changed. So you're going to see a lot of big stuff coming out the rest of this year. We chose to just build everything out and then work on all the PR and all the marketing once it's already established, instead of getting everybody's hopes up and then just sitting around like, okay, when's something going to happen? Everything's built. It's happening now. So it's a great time to be a part of this ecosystem.
Sir, and this is exactly why we've been sitting on this, all right? I don't want to – there's a lot of vapor. Do you know vaporware? Do you even know the term? As a young man, do you know the term vaporware? There's a lot of that in crypto. I know we don't like to talk about it, but there is an awful lot of vapor in crypto. I don't want to get behind something unless I know it's there, all right? I know it's there now.
And there's also a whole lot of what happened in the dot-com bubble where people are solving problems that don't exist or that won't exist or doing it unpractically. And I do think, like, I'm super bullish on crypto, and I still think that 80+% of projects are going to fail because they're not going to be needed. Like, I don't think we need 500 different currencies. We need maybe one or two, and then we need utility tokens. And so I'm trying to, like, I'm not an active day trader. I've done it. I've done well on it, but it's usually more efficient to yield farm properly. So I'm really deep into DeFi, trying to use family-friendly words here.
Yeah, I know. I do it all the time, man.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to do is whenever you're investing in technology, some people are going to try to trade it back and forth like it's regular stocks. Like, okay, I'll take my 10, 15% gains here and there. But we know what happens in technology. Something is going to go up 10 million times, like literally just exponentially. You've seen what happened to Amazon, and most everything else is going to fail. I'm trying to find what is going to be absolutely world-changing. What is going to be a household name that everybody uses, even if they don't know they use it, that is just in the background that the entire world runs on, the next Microsoft, the next Google. And this is what makes sense. If you believe that crypto is going to take over the world, and you believe companies are going to use it because it makes it more efficient and faster and cheaper, then what are they going to use? And if we had more competition, which by all means, I want our ethos to succeed. I want people to have rights to their data back. I want people to be secure. $2 trillion worth of data is traded daily.
Daily.
Of personal data. It's the number one asset class in the world. And that's ours. Like, that's literally ours. It's stolen from us. Facebook doesn't have an option for a Facebook Pro where you can pay $50 a year and not have them steal your data. Like, you don't even have a choice anymore.
I know, it's fantastic, man. You know, honestly, if I was going to invest in anything 10 years ago, it would have been in data harvesting if I'd have known. You know, we always go that direction here. So I'm a big fan of competition. I always have been. I believe competition drives innovation. It forces us to do it faster, better, cheaper. And you guys really don't have any. What is going to continue to drive the network? Is it just the thrill? You want to do the best that can ever be done? Or, you know, if nobody's pushing you, how are you going to grow?
We have an incredibly tight-knit community. We're just finally breaking into the top 100 again. I mean, and the Enigma token was back in 2017 when they had the ICO, but we've been under the radar, building nonstop, and it's because our people are intrinsically motivated. We've got very rich people that are putting in tons and tons of hours constantly because it's not about money for them. It's about changing the world and making it what you want to see in it. And as we onboard people, not only with like, hey, this is the future, you're probably going to make a lot of money, but also with like, don't you want to make the world a better place? Don't you want to be a part of change? I had an interview to be an Enigma ambassador back in like 2017, 2018. And I was on a call with Tor Bear, who's the founder of the Secret Foundation. Brilliant dude, very well spoken as well. And he asked me, he's like, what makes you want to be an ambassador here? What do you want to contribute? And I'm like, dude, like, I just had my first daughter then. I've got 3 now. And I'm like, I want to, in 20, 30 years, I want to show them that like this way we change the world, your dad was a part of it. The way we made the world better, the way we got this back for the people, I was a part of that. And if you're a fan of Web3, if you're a libertarian to any degree, and you're hoping that the people take back over instead of the oligopoly, then this is the way to do it.
And again, man, look, we talked offline. You know where I stand. All right, I don't cross the streams politically here, but I think our viewpoint was pretty clear, and I think you and I are pretty well aligned on that. But yeah, it's. I love the idea of changing the world. I really do. I think it is just great. Your eyes keep looking back, Eric, and I'm going to call you out. Are you reading the comments? Is that what you're doing? Or are you reading? Are you looking at your phone?
Reading the comments.
Okay.
So I've got a full script for this episode, actually.
Yeah. Okay. Look, I'm all about changing the world. I think that's great. But you need money to do it. So if there is an intrinsic value to me, if I can profit on it and change the world at the same time, I'm going to do exactly that. This is what I have been. I've been standing down on this one, man. But look, you guys are getting more and more of my dough constantly. The whole build your bags, hold them, sit down on them, hope they go up, man. Look, that is 2018. That's 2019. Now, I have no problem with day trading. A lot of the people on my show are they don't have the massive amounts of capital, and they need a way to build it. Day trading is not a terrible way to build it if you cannot leverage it coming up. We've always pushed ours for the 5, 10, 15%. Take the half the profit, put it into your long tokens. SCRT, if that is not in your bag, it needs to be in your bag like right now. All right, guys, like right now. Something really neat is going to, should we go on, dude, or do you need a couple minutes? Because I could take a 60-second break and I'd be okay with it. How about that? Ladies and gentlemen, give us 60 seconds. Please get your questions in. We haven't even begun. So if you could, please.
We'll be right back.
Hang on, guys. I got to flip frames. So we were talking offline, and Eric said that he's been growing his goatee since he was 14. You know, man, I can almost see it. I think we're getting there. I will give you $1,000 if you grow a little puffy goatee like I do and come on the show in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. You know, I'll give you a month. I'll give you $1,000 if you grow in a terrible little goatee like I have. What do you say, man? Are we on?
Give me 1 sec. I'm looking on Amazon for some hair growth stuff right now.
Is that, yeah, what do you call it? I don't even know what it's called. Belle, what's that called? The stuff that makes your hair grow. I don't know. Rogaine. Put some Rogaine on your chin, Eric. You're going to be in there, man. All right. So I want you to tell me about Duplex.
Duplex is awesome.
Why is it awesome? You can't. We need context here, man. We're a context kind of show.
Duplex is going to be the best way and most sustainable, great way to invest stable coins. So literally keeping your money in dollars and having it make money in two different places at once for what should be sustainable 30 to 40% APR. And
you gotta validate that, man. I'm not just gonna let you put that out there, man. We're not BitBoy, all right? You've got to validate that.
So right now it's over 100%, but it's going to go down as we have a hard cap. But yes, people are currently earning 100% APR in their stable coins. But we had a trial beta, so they capped the amount of money that comes in. Obviously, a lot more is waiting to. But the way this works is we have bridges to bring other coins into our ecosystem. You could go directly from Ethereum to Secret Network, directly from Binance Smart Chain. We actually have a Monero bridge, so people with Monero can secretly enter Secret Network and use DeFi and earn interest with the Monero, which is super cool. But we're also coming out with tons of other bridges. But using the bridges, instead of just leaving that money sitting there waiting for you to come back, what we're doing is we're investing that money in over-collateralized loans, such as Compound. And then the money that comes in, which is still in dollars, like both of these are in dollars, but the money that comes in is then going to be used for incentivized liquidity provisions. So you're earning the trading fees as well as the governance tokens. It's kind of like if you go to a blackjack table and you give the dealer $5 and they give you a chip. Well, now that the chip isn't the $5, but you could trade it back for it. But now the dealer's investing the $5 and you're investing the chip. And so when you come back, you've got like $7 or $8 in chips and you're getting more than a 1-to-1 return for your dollars. It's super cool.
So you guys are loaning this money out. You're putting this out as loans.
Yes, but again, it's over collateralized, so there really is no risk.
Okay, and that's where I was going. You know where I was going with that as soon as I asked him. We talked offline. What's the catch? There's always a catch, man. Look, there is nothing's free. So you are mitigating the risk to these things here.
The only risk would be in the structure of something like Compound itself.
Okay. All right. No, I get it. All right. So you're kind of involved with Secret Swap, aren't you?
I am a Secret Swap committee lead. We just got our funding proposal passed through, so thank you everyone that voted for us.
Yeah, wait a minute. I got to give you applause. Like, yay! You can't hear it, but you know what? It's going out. All right, so tell me about Secret Swap.
Secret Swap is the first AMM, automated market maker, decentralized exchange that exists on Secret Network. So it's completely front-running resistant. We have our own governance token called CFI. And we are also about CeFi, actually pretty cool. We are the first ever provably authentic private on-chain voting system.
You got to elaborate, man. How?
So
How?
because the smart contracts on Secret Network are private, CeFi is one of the smart contracts. So the CeFi tokens, while the secret token you mentioned was public, all of the secret base tokens, secret, CeFi, secret Ethereum, secret wrap Bitcoin, all of these tokens are private. So you can send those transactionally private. If I send you CeFi, you can't trace that. But while interacting with the voting contract, the votes being a contract on Secret Network can't be seen. So the secret DAO is seen because you're using the actual secret token, but using the CeFi, it's not.
Are you talking about like secret ballot?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. We didn't know what the results would be until we clicked like a special reveal thing. And if you go on, go ahead.
It kind of makes me entertain how something like this could be applied to, I don't know, like presidential vote. It kind of makes me wonder if something like this could be applied to, state, municipal, locality voting systems, because it seems to me that something like this couldn't really be gamed. Am I off base?
Imagine how many billions of taxpayer dollars that would save.
Imagine how many guys look. The Podocasts, all right? We look for the gems so you don't have to, and we look for what they can do. And if this doesn't make your head spin just a little bit, this is coming. All right, this is absolutely coming. I'll give you one more because I know we want to talk a little bit about raffle. Belle, do we have any questions lined up? Anybody have any questions for Eric?
We do have some questions.
Okay, we're going to get to them, but Eric's going to tell you about raffle first. Eric, you got to sell me on this one, man.
Okay, so I just love getting involved in everything I can, and I love doing the game theory and building out games. I'm an ex-table games dealer and card counter. Like, gaming stuff is my thing, like from a gambling perspective, I guess. And so I have built or been a part of building 2 different applications, one that should be releasing within probably the week, and another one by the end of the year. The first one is the CeFi lottery, and this is going to be a gameable lottery that's going to be directly on Secret Swap, where literally you can advantage play a lottery system where more money can be won by the players than is ever put in. And it's also going to burn the CeFi token because the prize pools are going to be staking in on Secret Swap, earning more CeFi while they're sitting there, even while nobody's playing. And then 1% of the CeFi that comes in to buy tickets is going to be burned. And there's no team that's like taking money from this. We're just building it, putting it into the ether and being like, this is awesome for CeFi holders. We're building it because we can.
So this is a truly altruistic lottery. Is that what you're saying?
Hey, I mean, I'm a pretty heavy CeFi holder. And so I'm like, hey, the more utility that we build for it, the better it is in the long run. And I, since coming on and joining Ethan, our brilliant first Secret Swap lead, we're just doing everything we can to build Secret Swap and build CeFi into what we think could be world-changing.
Could be. What it can be. What it will be. Everything that we've dreamed up, all right, everything that we've thought of, that was inconceivable 5 years ago is our absolute normal today. And if you guys are not seeing the potential in this, I honestly, I don't know how to sell it, but I promise you I'm going to keep trying. All right, Belle, you know what? Go ahead. You guys take over the show. Belle, do you have any questions for Eric? I guarantee you there has to be some.
Oh, yeah, there are some. So Chaos Heart 49, Joshua Aguilar, and Luis Alvarado are all asking versions of the same question. Where can I buy SCRT?
You can buy it on Binance, on a whole bunch of decentralized exchanges. You could buy CeFi on ApeSwap and maybe a centralized exchange later this week.
Later this week with the wink and the nod. Guys, there's a reason that we did this today. All right, there's an absolute reason that we did this today. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I don't do that. I'm telling you what I did, and I'm putting a big-ass exclamation mark on. That's our only swear word that we had tonight was the ass. We were cussing a lot, guys. We're offline, and we will be doing another one of these just for the members so that we can really dig down into it. All right, there's a lot of stuff that we talked about that we're not talking about now. There's a reason for that. There's an absolute reason for that, but we will address it over the member stream. Look, man, it's not about the money. I don't care. It's 99 cents a month You want to hear this? And that's only because I would make it a penny if I could, but YouTube won't let me. Hey, why don't you guys spin up? Why doesn't Secret Network spin up a YouTube clone?
What do you mean by YouTube clone?
Make YouTube, but put it on there and take all the handcuffs off so I can say whatever the hell I want.
That's an awesome idea. Want to do
Isn't that? Will you fund it?
Probably. That's a great idea. We already have one social media platform called Fartles, and it's set up so that you can literally have masked inputs there, and so people would have to pay you in order to reveal it, and you set the price. And so this solves things like Instagram, where like any hot girl who's just hot will have tons of followers, and they make money based on the number of followers, whereas maybe the world's best poet has like very less, but they're far more involved, but they're not making as much money as the hot girls, just because it's all based on numbers and not the like their work means way more to their audience than a fungible hot girl. Like it was not.
Do you go to Fart? Are you a member on Fartles?
Of course.
Do you pay to see the hot girls? You can tell me, man. It's just us.
I haven't yet, but I mean, maybe I need to start clicking on everything and paying for everything, just waiting for hot girl.
Well, you know what? It's a token based on usage, correct? Every bit of this. So the more you use it, you are helping yourself, man. I don't see a downside to this. All right, Belle. What else do we got, Belle?
All right. So E-Man Name wants to know, how will this do in New York City and its regulations on crypto?
Well, if you're in New York City, now's a great time. NFT New York City is going on the 1st through 4th, and we've got some huge announcements coming there, so stay tuned. But as far as regulation goes, the secret token is public. It is transparent. We're focused on total compliance. I know usually people will think of secret and privacy tokens as focusing on anonymity, but the reason we went with the name secret is because we want to be able to share our secrets with who we want. We have programmable privacy that really we're private by default, but we can make it transparent with who we want. We can still open up our wallets and our transaction histories for the government and for tax compliance. We're fully regulatory friendly. And that's huge going forward as you see projects like Monero and Zcash getting delisted from other platforms.
Wait a minute. I have to caveat on that. Emery, is that something that would be of value from a purpose of taxation, being able to disclose who we want to disclose to? Do you see value in that, Emery?
Yeah, I absolutely do see value in that. And it's actually really, really important, especially in the future. When the SEC decides to start regulating more heavily, I think that they will be very, very open to that kind of compliance, especially when it comes to understanding who needs information and who doesn't need information.
All right. So, Eric, can the IRS, can the government, can anybody else see this information unless I allow them to see it? This is an important question. If you need to think about it, I will allow you to think about it.
I do not need to think about it, and it is up to you. Nobody can see your stuff unless you share it to them. So you can absolutely tell them, no, you can't see me, and then you can get arrested, or you can be compliant. So the network itself is compliant.
I'm just, my mind is reeling here, babe. I mean, it absolutely is reeling here because this is something that should happen years ago.
I want to add on to that, if you don't mind. Scott.
Yeah.
So the whole purpose of this, and Eric makes a great point. You can open up who you want to open it up to, and from an IRS examination point of view, it's often best interest, in your best interest, to do what's called limiting the scope, right? So say the IRS says we want to audit you in 2019. All you have to do is just say, okay, I'll open up all my 2019 transactions, and you cannot see any more than that. So limiting the scope to what they ask for, and Secret can do that. That's absolutely amazing, because right now you can't do that. If you give them a file, they have access to everything, no matter how far back your business or your financials go. Being able to limit scope by year, by whatever, I assume that could be modular in Secret, is pretty great.
I'm doing my very best here to maintain my cool, but I want either Eric or Emery to say it. So the IRS can only see what I want them to see, what I allow them to see. I need someone to say those words.
The IRS will only see what you want them to see.
Okay, guys, I don't know how much better I can get on board something like this. I know my audience, I know where they sit, and I know what is interesting to them. I don't know how better to push this. I really don't. Look, you're looking at the future right now. All right. We've always been about what something can do, not what it's doing. This is what it's doing. All right. This is not what it can do. This is what it's doing right now. I don't have the words. And if you guys have been listening to me for any length of time, you know that I'm not usually one who's tongue-tied or doesn't have the words. I don't have the words here. So with that, Belle, do we have any other questions, comments, concerns, or observations? It's got to be something for Eric, man, because he is spinning gold. All right, take it away.
All right, Lise is wanting to know, are there any similarities between Secret Network and Deeper Network?
I'm not sure what Deeper Network is, so you'd have to educate me on that one.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so the person who asked that question, please expand on it. I've specifically asked Eric several times about competition. I'm a big fan. So if Deeper Network is doing something that's Secret Network, which is, it's odd that they would name it that. I mean, it seems a little strange to me that they would name it. You know what? We are the best network, and we're even better. This is the even better network. So it seems odd that they're doing that. Emery, can you do me a favor, man, and dig down into Deeper Network, because you've intrigued me, and I love to be intrigued. We can't answer that right now for the question, but I promise you that we will. So, Belle, please carry on.
All right, DJ Flexa wants to know, isn't it built on or from the Cosmos blockchain?
It absolutely is. It is. We are part of the Cosmos ecosystem. When we moved from being an ERC20 based token as the ENG token to a full-on swap and rebrand to SCRT and started our own layer one, we used the Cosmos SDK. Same way Binance did with their smart chain, and we're very well coupled with Cosmos, DVPN, Luna, a lot of these other core, very large blooming networks on Cosmos SDK. We will be listed on Osmosis after we finish IBC on November 9th. We will also allow Atom, Luna, Terra, some of these other tokens to be bridged directly and have secret Atom, secret Terra, secret DVPN, and have those on Secret Swap. So we think not only are we going to explode, but so is most of the Cosmos ecosystem. We think it's a much better built and sustainable version of crypto going forward.
So you're saying that there's some interoperability here.
Yes.
Little bit. I'm trying to downplay this, man, but obviously my head is exploding the more I think about this.
Privacy,
all right.
Scalability, and interoperability are like the three keywords for what you're trying to do with crypto. And to my knowledge, we're the first one that got all three.
Nobody's hitting all three of those wickets, babe. That's why you got all my damn money. Now do something good with it. Belle, please carry on.
All right. E-Man name, when will they be on Gemini?
That's an excellent question. I expect more big listings soon. So we didn't pay a lot of money for all these big listings earlier on. Like you've got Shiba Inu getting on tons of places, and just like lots of tokens without a lot of things built are getting listed in a lot of places because they're just throwing money at them. And our whole thing is we're going to build something that everybody needs, and then everyone's going to want us to be there. And now we're vamping up the marketing. I expect some more bigger listings soon. We're already on Binance, but it would be great to see us on Gemini or Coinbase. Those are things I'm hopeful for.
Is that what's really going to move this? Look, man, Gemini and Coinbase, we didn't talk about this, but look, this is kind of where I live. These are speculative bumps, all right? I don't really care for speculative bumps. I like use case. You like use case. We both like these things to grow organically and all by myself. Are you excited for Coinbase? I mean, you can't wait because you're going to make a bunch of money, or... You know what? In your own words, Eric, take it away. I know we didn't talk about this. If you don't want to answer the question, just don't.
I can't wait for something like Coinbase because right now it's hard for a lot of people to get a CRT. And that's one of the reasons why I think it's an incredible investment and why it's really so cheap for what it offers. But we aren't going to achieve the original goal and motto of Enigma was to be the platform that brings decentralized applications to millions of users. To really get the people directly their hands on crypto, even without knowing it. Like if they use AlterMail, our new email alternative that's provably accurate, they don't even have to interact with crypto. That takes place entirely behind the scenes. That's how this should work for the things that are built on Secret Network. And a Coinbase listing, a Gemini listing, getting this more in front of people so they don't have to go use bridges and decentralized exchanges and maybe get scammed along the way. This will give us the people and the users that will bring the utility to the token to make it, the Secret Network, become what it's meant to.
You know, we didn't talk about this at all, but I'm going to bring it up, man. Ultramail. All right, I love Ultramail. I think everything about this is fantastic, and I'm going to use a real-world example. I don't know if you're a football guy or not.
Yes.
Would what happened to John Gruden, would it have happened if he was using Ultramail? I know you're laughing because you know why. What's that?
I tweeted out about that day. I was like, hey, bro, you should use Ultramail.
Thank you. Thank you,
well
ladies
Hillary
and
Clinton while I'm
gentlemen.
at it.
There you go, man. Would it have happened if they were using Ultramail? Guys, look, these are apps that are available now. These are not coming. They're not in development. They might improve, but they're available now, right now. This is one of the things that just so many of these projects and products they're all in the future. We're all going to be there someday. We all can't wait. This is here now. This is why we're talking to Eric. This is why we're going to have him back. This is why we're going to be getting developers of these apps. We're going to be getting these on these shows, guys. Look, we are changing a little bit. We're always an AMP show, all right? We're never changing. I absolutely believe that AMP is 100% of the future, a go-back paid rail. You know I'm a fan. Absolutely. It's 5 years out. It's 10 years out, all right? Secret Network is here now, all right? It is here. When we say long-term, we're talking 3 months, all right? Eric, how much is the landscape of the Secret Network going to change in 3 months? Intrigue me, sir. Take it away.
Well, we've got huge announcements coming the next couple days, and on our awareness committee call, which we have public committee calls on our Discord. If you want to go to the Secret Network Discord, they're usually middle or early in the day on weekdays. But in the awareness call, they talked about how we just had over 3,000 requests for people wanting to be secret agents, where you can join our community, get paid to do a couple little things, and get involved, get placed, get more involved. And they were saying that they're expecting more than 10 times that amount of requests next year or next month. So we're expecting to blossom very quickly, to be in the news, possibly even more than just crypto news, very quickly. And you guys listening to this podcast are hearing it before your friends.
You need, guys, look, we've always brought you solid information, all right? Not speculation, even though I love to look, wargaming and speculation are different, all right? We love to tell you about what it can do. This is one of those that we could tell you about what it's doing now, but how it's going to get even better. I cannot put a big enough cherry on the top of this cake, man. I just can't do it. I only invest in things that I believe in 100%. 100%, and there's just nothing about this. I'm just not seeing a lot of downside here, and that's kind of the thing. They have a lot of my money already. They're getting more. All right, they're absolutely getting more, because if it's worth doing, it's worth doing for money. Let's be honest here, man. There's a reason that we're in crypto. Changing the world is great, but it helps if you have money to do so. This is kind of those things. I'm trying to appeal to just the strict investors that don't really give a damn about Ultramail or how it could have saved John Gruden's career. All right, we're not talking about that. We are talking about how this can change your life, the lives of your kids, the lives of your grandkids, all right? It is in front of you, and you do not get opportunities like this. They're not paying me a nickel. But you know what? If this takes off, Eric, we got to talk, man, because you're going to have to, I look, I take SCRT, man, all right? You pay me however you want. I think it's great. All right, Belle, we got to get back to you. Do we got more questions? We're going to run long. I don't care. We'll stay here as long as Eric will stay here.
We do have a couple more questions. E-Man Name wants to know what Eric's thoughts are on AMP.
I think AMP is really, really cool, and it's a huge barrier right now, getting crypto into mass adoption. Right now, people still think of crypto as currency, and that is the first and foremost use case of what Bitcoin was hoping for. Gary Gensler, the SEC chair, talked late last year about how they're going to start regulating crypto more heavily, and we're going to see it a lot more. We're not just trying to be regulationarily compliant right now, but also going forward and trying to look in advance. We're trying to solve the problems that are going to come up. And imagine when AMP's working with something that Gary Gensler himself suggested, which are privacy stablecoins, such as you'll get with Shade and Silk or Secret Terra.
They're way in front of this, guys. All right, look, they are all way in front of this. All right, Belle, what do we got?
One more question, a very creative question from DJ Flexa. Have you guys been approached by any adult industry? I mean, the name can work for them too if they build or do some NFT stuff on Scrt.
It's funny because we were talking about this very thing on the podcast Discord. By the way, if you're not a member of the podcast Discord, it's a lot of fun. But I was entertaining. How come crypto and porn haven't melded yet? Because if there's a better opportunity for, if there's better an allyship than those two things, I don't know what it is. Go ahead, Eric. Take it away, sir.
What's that song from that one silly play with the dolls? The internet was for porn or something. Realistically, the reason it hasn't happened is because the NFT models and the publicity of crypto. And if it was going to happen, it would happen on Scrt Network. And I, being a man of the cloth, would not speak too much of it. But perhaps I did contribute $50 to own the domain of Scrt fans.
I'm just saying, man, you're aware that there's something called pornography and that it exists on the internet, right? I mean,
I've heard about it once or twice. Don't tell my daughters.
I would argue that half of the internet traffic that exists is probably porn in one way or another. And it's at
like
least
7 of the top 10 websites in the world or something. Yeah.
Porn. And it's probably up to 60% when I'm on the internet. I'm just saying. All right, Belle, is that did we wrap up all the questions here? Are we good to go?
We did wrap up all the questions, and now it's a good time for us to go. That way we can all kick back and just get the laughter out regarding that question. And I'm sorry, man of the cloth, really, Eric? Really?
Yeah, actually.
He's got 3 daughters, man. He's got 3 daughters.
I am an ordained minister. So.
So you're, again, man, like we align. You know what? If you weren't a straight man, I think you could be something, man. I'm not saying you're the one for me, but I'm saying we should maybe take this offline. I can't even get that out, man. Like, this is member stream stuff, guys. I apologize. We have a lot more fun on the member stream here. We try to keep it a little bit more professional. All right. So, look, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know how we can I hope all the information that you needed. You know what? And I'm going back to the other screen, guys, so please stay by. Everyone say goodbye to Eric. He's still on, but it's just the Scott show now. I'm a big fan of what can be. We've spent a lot of time talking about this. Anybody who's been with the channel for any length of time, you know I'm a big fan of what can be. I invest my money in what can be. It's the people who see the future. All right, these are the people who shape it. These are the people who who have governance votes on what the world is going to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. And it's rare that you get an opportunity to be able to have your voice heard. And it's sitting right there in front of you, man. It is just absolutely sitting there right in front of you. Now, I'm not telling you to invest in this product. I don't care. We went over... I don't want to say it. You know what? I'm going to say it. Hell with it. It's my show. When we were talking offline, I'm telling you right now, Scrt Network cracked the code. All right? And I'm just going to leave it right there. If you guys want to know what I mean by that, send me an email, scott@thepodcast.com. But Scrt Network has cracked the code. They did what I didn't think could be done. So if for no other reason, aside from the dApps, aside from the potential, aside from the privacy, aside from the fact that these people are shaping the way that the decentralization is going to be run. All right. It's starting here, unless it's deeper network, which Emery's going to expand on for us. But they did it. That's all I'm going to say on that one is they did it. And if you guys want to know more about it, again, please send me an email. And you know what? I love to get email. It is great, man. I get like 3 or 4 a day, and it just makes me feel important. So please help me out. And look, I know all this was Scrt Network, all right? But you see the Flexa shirt, guys, all right? I'm still representing the home team. But one of these is 5 to 10 years out, all right? And one of these is 3 to 5 months out. So I would not be doing my duty as a host of a crypto channel unless I push this. You are not going to hear about this stuff from Coin Bureau. You're not going to hear about it from BitBoy. You're not going to hear about it from all these other people. These are niche. I don't think they're going to pay them to do it. And these guys don't talk about something unless they get paid to talk about it. So you're only going to hear about this stuff in the niche channels, but you need to do your diligence. Don't take my word for it. Don't take Eric's word for it. Don't take nobody's word for it. Do your own diligence. Now, we have spent hours talking about how important it is to know the product that you're investing in. I am saying, if you put any value into anything that I say, that this is worth your time to look into. All right, I'm already on board, babe. That's it for me. So, look, guys, I hope you enjoyed the live stream. I'm sorry that we couldn't open the phone lines, man. This is kind of our new thing. We're going to continue to do it on the member streams. I love the interaction. I'd love to hear from you guys. It's nice to read the comments, man, but I want you to call, all right, and have a go. If you want to tell me how wrong I am, pick up the phone. All right, man, I'm more than willing to entertain it, and I'll give you all the time that you want. So with that, thank you, Agent Eric from the Secret Network, for joining us. I hope we can have you back. It was a great interview. It was great information. But with that, guys, I'm going on mute. Belle, you got 60 seconds. Talk us up, talk us out. Remember, we have another guest that's coming on Thursday. We will disclose it when we get closer to Thursday. But until then, Belle, it's your show. Talk us up and get us out of here.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I do hope each and every one of you enjoyed the show tonight. I hope you got a lot of fantastic information from Eric. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, definitely don't hesitate to drop Scott or I an email. Our email addresses are on the bottom of the splash screen. Again, we are going to be back on Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And again, this coming Saturday, also at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Again, we thank each and every one of you. You guys asked fantastic questions again tonight. Definitely keep those coming. We love them. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we will be back with you on Thursday, and we will see you next time.
We are dropping new videos and podcasts every Sunday, Tuesday, and Thursday. And be sure to look for us on Instagram, Twitter, and Parler at ThePodocasts. Also, visit our page at ThePodocasts.com, all one word, for all of our most current content.